Before I get into my review of Megadeth's latest offering, Super Collider, I'd like to have a word with the human race. You know, guys, over the centuries, we've come up with some pretty spiffy stuff. Carthage was pretty neat. I mean, the Brewhouse seemed to like it. Motown, just, great stuff. But we've also done some stuff I'm not too keen on. Like building this thing called the Hadron, whatever's your pleasure, Super Collider. Check out what this thing does. By accelerating protons towards each other at 99.99999% the speed of light, the LHC can recreate conditions similar to those that resulted from the Big Bang, ultimately alighting a great deal about the particles and forces that comprise our universe. This thing exists, and it's under the ground somewhere in Switzerland or Sweden or some place where the girls probably look a lot better than they do right here. My point is, you guys realize this is how the Earth blows up, right? Did we learn nothing from Jurassic Park? If you have the option to build something called a Super Collider, don't do it. I'm leaving this video right now as testimonial for when highly advanced life forms, far more superior than ours, come down and find the wreckage of our world, and they visit YouTube for some strange reason. Maybe they want to see videos of really cute cats or guys getting hit in the balls with footballs. And I hope that they find this, and I hope that they know that one person, one really big ol' human was against things like super colliders. Because, it's kind of nice here every now and again. Let's not blow it up. I mean, can we do like the virtual reality fucking first? Can you at least give me that? I've waited my whole life for virtual reality sexings things. Can just give me that, and then you could blow up the world as much as you want, I promise. Boner. He fell asleep in New Jersey before the bombs hit the ground. Broadcasting from a bomb shelter, he is the nuclear clown. Let me tell you something. The newest Megadeth album, Super Collider, really came out of nowhere, and just kind of exploded onto the scene. And I wasn't anywhere near prepared for this. I kind of was just wandering around the web one day, as I tend sheep to do, and I saw that Megadeth's newest album was already out. Now, I thought this was pretty crazy because it's been less than 2 years since Megadeth's last album, 13, which I did the review here on my YouTube channel, and I really like 13 quite a bit. And normally it takes about, maybe 3 or 4 years between Megadeth albums, so I wasn't expecting anything new anytime soon. So imagine my surprise when Super Collider collid with the supermarket. I don't know. So I'm here to review this, and if you've read any of the reviews about this album, you've probably heard it's the worst travesty of justice since David beat Goliath by a field goal or whatnot. This is getting awful reviews. It's getting really bad reviews, and a lot of that is warranted to an extent. I do think a lot of people are going overboard, though. I guess my spoiler-free review of music, my kind of overall thoughts of Super Collider, now that I've had a whole lot of time to listen to it. Super Collider is not horrible. However, it is filled with a bunch of songs that do not seem like they are done yet. The biggest criticism of this album that you will read in the awful reviews it's getting is that the lyrics are bad, juvenile, not very thought out, and corny. And Yeah, guilty is charged on just about all counts. There are some good songs on Super Collider, and there's also a lot of stuff on here that could have been way, way, way better. A lot of the lyrics on this album sound like placeholder lyrics. Like they wrote the song and they just needed, melodies to kind of sit there until they can go over it with a fine tooth comb and write actual lyrics. So Dave Mustaine's driving to the studio and he's like, the world's gone crazy. I'm feeling really lazy. Jimi Hendrix, Purple Hazy. My girlfriend's name is Stacy. And stuff like that. And that's kind of par for the course on this album. But we're going to go song by song here and really get into this. But first, I'd like to say congratulations to Megadeth and to Dave Mustaine especially, because this is the first album in God knows how long that has not featured some kind of lineup change. It's almost like an ancient voodoo ritual that Dave Mustaine does every time Megadeth comes out with an album, where he fires everyone and his mother and then hires like a whole new band and then does a new album and stuff in a couple years. But Super Collider has it's the same people who did 13. So awesome. I mean, also, this came out in about a year and a half after 13, which I think is crazy. That's crazy fast. For an album of material like this. There are 11 songs on it. One is a cover song. I have this spiffy Best Buy hologram kind of cover thing that you can't see because my camera's shit. And it has 3 extra tracks on it. So we're going to go through this, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. So yeah, overall, Super Collider, if I could sum it up in one word, it's not horrible, it's not awful, it's not this just giant piece of garbage like everyone's saying, but I will say this. Super Collider, the vast majority of this is uninspired. It does come off very uninspired and not finished. It seems like if they would have just taken that extra year, they could have really, really made some of these songs really quite good. Yeah, so let's get into it. The album opens up with Kingmaker. Kingmaker is a cool song. But again, to me, the first time I listened to it from start to finish, I thought, it doesn't sound like it's done yet. And the first minute or so that you hear it, you've heard the whole song. And you can kind of predict where it goes. It's almost like a Megadeth blueprint song where you could say, okay, I've heard a little bit of it. Okay, now it's going to go into this, and it does. And now it's going to go into this. Okay, back into the chorus, guitar solo, back into the chorus, and we're done. And you can almost call it. It's almost like a parody of Megadeth songs, I guess you could say. And it's not a bad song. It's a good song. But I just think that it's Megadeth by the numbers is what Kingmaker sounds like to me. Again, it's a cool song, but if you put it up against Sudden Death from 13, the opener to their last album, Sudden Death blows it the fuck away. It's just so much more creative. It's just better on every level, I think, noticeably by a lot. And that, to me, does not bode well for an album when the first song is kind of like, all right. I mean, the first song is the commercial, right? It should hook you in. It should be one of the best offerings on the CD to get you kind of going. And Kingmaker is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool song, but it was definitely a bit lacking, I felt, especially compared to Sudden Death. And again, maybe you shouldn't really compare albums directly song for song like that. But normally, the opening song on a Megadeth album is gonna be fucking cool. And Kingmaker's cool. I don't think it's fucking cool, though. And you need that expletive. I mean, what can I tell you, right? Up next is Super Collider. I like Super Collider. The title track from the album. A lot of people think it's just awful, like, poppy type stuff. Again, I've said this, I think, on every Megadeth CD review that I've done. All, 3 of them that I've done. I don't mind that so much. One of my favorite Megadeth albums is The World Needs a Hero. And that is much reviled because it actually has choruses. Oh my God, choruses. Music! No! It should be all good. It should be 9 minutes of devil worshiping guitar solos, and that's about it. But I like a little bit of melody here and there. And I like Super Collider. I think Super Collider kind of reminds me of a song that you might hear kind of on something like The World Needs a Hero. Not exactly, but it's the same kind of thing. It's definitely more of a rock song than a thrash Megadeth song. And really, again, there's plenty of classic Megadeth songs with the guitar solos and all that stuff. That with plenty of devil worshipping going on, that I think are really, really great songs. There's also a lot of their more kind of pop songs, I guess you could say, or more rock songs than thrash metal, that I like just as much. It's all in the structure and songwriting, and again, if it's catchy and if I like how the chorus goes, hey, guess what? I'm gonna like your song. And I think Megadeth, they're at their best when they kind of put together pretty good lyrics with some pretty catchy melodies, with some fine musicianship in between the cracks here and there. So I think Super Collider is a fine song. A lot of people say it's Dave Mustaine's, overt like religion in your face, Super Collider. That just the whole song, it's not religious, but it can definitely be construed as it. I mean, it's easy. You don't have to dig too deep to see the parallels there, but I didn't mind. It is what it is. So far, off to a pretty good start. Kingmaker's good. Super Collider I liked. Now we get some problems. The next 3 songs on Super Collider, collectively, are probably the corniest, dumbest, stupidest fucking songs I've ever heard in my life in a row. 3 songs, all just corny garbage. You have Burn, Built for War, and Off the Edge. The lyrics are atrociously bad. The lyrics are 8th grade, spent too much time in the principal's office bad. We're talking bad. Juvenile, silly, stupid lyrics. And really, really forgettable, corny songs. And this kind of music, I guess, tends to kind of dip their toe in the corny here and there. But these are really bad. What I mean by that is, let's take, again, to compare something from 13, let's take a song like Public Enemy #1. I love that song. I think it's a great song. It's silly and, it's kind of cheesy, sure, but I love it. It's a level of corniness, sure, but the song is good, the song is solid, and I like it. These are laughably corny, like really, really corny. And it pains me to say this because the last thing I want to come on here and do is trash any Megadeth, but I have to be, honest. Burn, Built for War, Off the Edge, awful. I mean, the lyrics. All right. You want me to go there? You want me to go there? I'm gonna read you the lyrics to Off the Edge here, and tell me that these were not scribbled on the notebook of a 7th grade girl. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right, let me get the pipes going here. Lately, it seems the world is going crazy. It won't be long till they replace me, and nothing seems to faze me anymore. I can't take it. I get the feeling I won't make it. I'm feeling bad, and I can't shake it. And now I'm living just to fake it. What's more? All right, moving on. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, up next is Dance in the Rain. Dance in the Rain is this close to being really good. Dance in the Rain is the title track of what this album should have been. The first time I heard Dance in the Rain, I thought, yeah, okay, this is good. No, you're losing it. Yeah, you lost it. Again, if this album would have had a few more months, I'm going to say a year, just another year to go over shit, tighten up stuff, erase every single word that I just read from that song, and rework some stuff. Keep the song structures the same, fine, the choruses, some of them are catchy enough. but the lyrics are completely uninspired. This isn't done yet. Like, this needs more time in the oven. Kind of like my abs. You know what I'm saying? So Dance in the Rain, it starts off really, really good. Starts off good, and it just starts to fall apart for me. And they have some vocals by the guy from Disturbed. I don't know his name. Starts with the D. Fellow bald person, by the way. And I'm not a particularly big Disturbed fan or anything, but I thought it was good hearing another voice, hearing something in contrast to Dave Mustaine's kind of voice. I did think that was good. But the song starts off really good, and there is just something about it that as it goes on, it loses me. And it's such a shame because, again, this close. So now we get into like a run of songs that follow the same pattern where I'm listening to them and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. This is no, it's not really good anymore. Beginning of Sorrow is okay, but it could be better than okay. And again, it makes me kind of sad. The Blackest Crow starts out with this really, really neat neat kind of bluegrass, banjo, I don't know what the fuck music is. So but it's really, really neat, very, very cool. And the song isn't bad. It's not a bad song, but again, if this was worked on a little bit more, it could be really, really quite good. And that's the thing. It's not like you put on Super Collider and it's just crap. Some of it's crap, don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of these songs which have potential, and it just doesn't get beyond this kind of hump where it's almost like they have these ideas, and if they could just but they don't, and they just kind of let it go flat. And that's kind of the majority of this album. Forget to Remember, I think it's another kind of pop, rock song. Again, it's not bad, it's fine, it's good enough, but that shouldn't really be how you review an album from a band you like, right? If you like something, if you like a band, you shouldn't have to say, well, this is good enough. I mean, it's all right, I guess. It's a serviceable song. I don't like saying that. I don't know. I'd like to come on here and say this is all fucking great shit, but I can't. So yeah, Forget to Remember. It's a fine song, but it's not very memorable. Forget to Remember. See what I just worked in there. Okay. Don't Turn Your Back is starts off with the awesomest, coolest, bluesiest fucking guitar kind of line that I've heard in such a long time. Absolutely love how this song starts, and then once the words start, it's just like garbage. It's just this just awful, crappy bullshit, and it hurts. It hurts. It hurts me here in the heart, covered with the cholesterol and all that stuff. Don't Turn Your Back. I have a feeling, I have a sneaking suspicion, because the chorus is like, don't turn your back on a friend, and it's all this stuff. I kind of have a feeling it's a little David Ellefson backstab about their whole lawsuit thing they had going on. I don't know why. I feel that way. I really have no evidence of it one way or another, but listening to the song, I can just see Dave Mustaine sitting there like, yeah, this is about my ex-girlfriend Tina, while he's just like staring daggers at the guy who tried to sue him a couple years back. Super Collider ends proper anyway. The standard edition ends with a cover song, and Megadeth they used to end their albums with cover songs. Way back when. I believe the last album of theirs to do this was So Far, So Good, So What? Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But they kind of stopped doing the cover songs for a while, and this is a return to it. And Cold Sweat, the last song, is, I think, the best song on Super Collider. And it kills me to fucking say that the best song on the newest Megadeth album is a cover song. It's somebody else's song that is the best on the Megadeth's new album. I don't like to say that, but I would be lying to you if I did not. Cold Sweat is an awesome song. The original Thin Lizzy version is awesome, and I really like the Megadeth version quite a lot. I think they're a really great cover, great song. And that ends Super Collider proper. So now we have the 3 Best Buy bonus tracks. The first one is All I Want. Again, the song isn't bad. The song isn't good. It's just like, okay, serviceable. A House Divided. A little better. I kind of like A House Divided, but again, it gets halfway up that hill and then just rolls fucking back into lava, into Mediocreville. And again, I don't want to come down hard on this because I really think a lot of the reviews are way too hard on this. This is not just terrible garbage crap over and over again. It's just uninspired. There's some good potential stuff on here. It's just not done yet. And that just it's a thread that goes through so many of these songs, which makes it so disappointing. If I can sum it up in a word, it's disappointing, because it could be good. So A House Divided is pretty good. It's all right. I mean, the bonus tracks on here, the original bonus tracks, are just as good as any of the other songs on this, I feel. And then we have Countdown to Extinction live in Pomona, California. I don't know why I took Pomona. Like, that's not a hard word to say. I don't know why. I struggled for that one. I should probably edit that out, but I won't. So yeah, Countdown to Extinction live. I mean, that's an awesome song. Countdown to Extinction is a fantastic song, and it's a live version of it. So there you go. What can you say about that? I'm not sure if that is actually from, because inside the CD they have a there's a Countdown to Extinction live Blu-ray kind of thing they're going to be coming out with, or it's out already probably by now, to celebrate like the 20th or 25th anniversary or 30th or 39th or 40th or 50th anniversary. I don't know what day it is. Anniversary of Countdown to Extinction. They're playing the entire thing live, kind of like I think they did it with Rust in Peace a couple years ago. And a couple or 10 years ago or something. I don't know. So I don't know if it's from that, if it's actually the same Countdown to Extinction live version from their actual Blu-ray thing. I'm not sure about that. But the bonus tracks, it's all right. There's some all right stuff. Super Collider has some okay shit on it. But again, man, it's okay shit that with a little bit more tender love and care could have been really quite good. So in the end, it's disappointing. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's utter garbage like a lot of the reviews say. It's just uninspired. And I think rather than getting pissed off about it, I'm gonna get sad about it, and I'm gonna do a giant bag of drugs. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna eat a box of food, though. I mean, duh.